All right, guys, so continuing on with the notes, so the special cases for classifications. So a triangle is equilateral if and only if it is equiangular. So what that basically means is that any equilateral triangle that you have, you can automatically assume that it is also equiangular. Okay, so congruent angles also means congruent sides. So they would go hand in hand on either one of those. Now, an equilateral triangle is a special case because it also happens to be an isosceles triangle. Because if you remember, an isosceles triangle just has at least two sides that are equal. So an equilateral triangle is also an isosceles triangle. Okay, now it doesn't go the other way. Isosceles is not an equilateral triangle, but an equilateral is an isosceles. It's just like the rectangle and the square. So first thing we're going to do is classify triangles by their angles. So classify it by angles. This first one here, we see that there's a right angle, so we know that that is going to be a right triangle. And you can abbreviate, obviously, instead of writing triangle, you can just put a triangle there. In number two, you can clearly see that there is an obtuse angle here. So this is going to be labeled as an obtuse triangle. In number three, nothing is labeled saying that all three angles are congruent, so we don't know that it's equiangular, but you can see that all three of them are acute, so you at least know that it's an acute triangle. But we don't have enough information given to us to say that it would be equiangular. So now let's look down here at classifying by sides. If we're looking at these three sides, none of them are the same length, so this would be a scalene triangle. In number five, it's labeled with the same tick mark on each side, which means that all three of those sides are equal to each other. So this would be equilateral. And the last one, we only have tick marks on two sides. We don't have it on the third one to say it's equilateral, so all we know is that it's at least an isosceles triangle. Okay? So now let's look down here at 7 and 8. We're finding the unknown angle measure. So we're going to find the value of x, then classify the triangle by its angle measures. So we know that these three angles have to add up to 180 degrees. So 180 minus 60 minus 43, that is going to equal 77. So I know that x is equal to 77 degrees. So I have a 43, a 60 degree, and a 77-degree angle. Those are all acute angles. So this would be an acute triangle. In number 8, again, all three angles have to add up to 180. So 180 minus the 40 that we know, minus the 30 that we know, is going to leave us with 110 degrees. So x is equal to 110. That's an obtuse angle. So that means this is going to be an obtuse triangle. Okay? Moving on to finding an unknown side length. Find the unknown side length of the triangle given the perimeter. So we are told that the perimeter is 48. So we can say that the one missing side is x. But since we have those tick marks, that means we have an isosceles triangle, which means these two sides are congruent. So x, the one side, plus x, the other side, plus 18 has to equal the 48 inches all around. So combine like terms, so 2x plus 18 has to equal 48. Subtract 18 from both sides, so 2x is equal to 30. Divide by 2, so x is equal to 15 inches. Don't forget your unit. Find the unknown side length, 15 inches. All right, now let's go down here to solving equations. Find the value of x and the missing angle measurements. Then classify the triangle by its angles. So again, we know that these all have to add up to 180. So 3x plus 2x, plus 20. The three angles added up has to equal 180. We combine like terms. So 5x plus 20 is equal to 180. Subtract 20 from both sides. So 5x is equal to 160. Divide both sides by 5. And we get x to equal 32. So that's step one, find the value of x. Then it says find the missing angle measurement. So I'm going to take x is equal to 32 and I'm going to put it in for x in both of these. So I'm going to do 3 times 32 is equal to 96 degrees. And then I have 2 times 32, which is equal to 64 degrees. So I have my 3 angle measures. I have 20 degrees, 96 degrees, and 64 degrees. If you wanted to check those, you add those up. 20 plus 96 is 116, plus another 64, 176, 180. So we know we did that correctly. Then classify the triangle by its angles. This right there is an obtuse angle, so this would be an obtuse triangle. So that would be my final answer, including also that x is 32. Okay, I think that is it for the notes. Let me double check. It is. Okay, so once you're finished with those, we're going to head over into the live session, and you'll be able to ask me any questions that you had from these notes. I'll see you soon.